Transphobic bigots.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
You know what I mean by that.
Who are you calling a transphobic bigot?
Riley.
Riley?
Of course.
Riley's a transphobic bigot?
No, anybody
I
who's one.
believe so.
Just say so if you want to move it, man. Just say so. Just say the word.
Do you?
Say the word, I'll move it.
Dude, hey, I think you're escalating the situation, bud. Do you want to? Do you want to not? Yeah, girl.
Waste these time.
Yeah,
That's all
y'all
we're
just
doing.
keep on moving that way.
Dude,
Keep on.
what is this world turned into?
Yeah. Go on. Go on.
You're not going to inflame us. You need to move.
Are you zooming in on my sunburn, or are you zooming in on my rosacea?
What is the goal here?
I'm just asking questions.
What are your
But not
questions?
really.
Well, if you want to talk, I'll talk to you.
I don't think so.
I'm not preaching hate. I'm asking questions.
What are your questions?
I like asking about signs. So I was trying to ask about the transphobic bigot. What makes Riley Gaines a transphobic bigot?
Okay. The
Nobody
point
said she
of
was. You
this
said that.
is that
The
every-
sign
I
didn't say
said
she
that.
was.
She said that.
I would
She
say
did
that.
not say that.
No, I said it.
Oh, you
And I'll,
said it.
and I'll say it again.
Thank you. Okay. So what makes her a transphobic bigot?
I don't really need to get into specifics.
Please do. Please do.
The whole point of this is that gender identity is a construct, and it confines us all,
Okay.
including you.
That want to combat this, just go over
Yeah.
there and kind of leave us alone.
I'm good. I like you guys are pretty cool.
You like a mess, and you need to move
I don't
that
like a
mess.
mess.
Move
I don't
that
like a
mess on
mess.
down the
You want to
street.
talk about my
I
son?
do. I do.
Let's go do that.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Move it on.
Chat, do you think I should move on? I don't think I should move on.
No, you
I would like to talk about Riley.
I would love to see this guy outside.
Let's talk about Riley.
Setting.
Yeah?
Hey, let's.
Dude, come on.
Seriously.
I think you're making it worse, bud.
He is.
Hi.
Nice to meet. What's your name?
My name is Rayanne.
Bo. Nice to meet you.
Hi.
Transphobic bigot.
Yes.
Why do you think that Riley Gaines is transphobic?
Well, I don't really understand the question. Dude, can you please not?
Just let him talk. Let him talk.
He's afraid of me. What the hell is wrong with him?
Yeah, I'm terrified.
Transphobic.
Yeah, why?
It means you don't like trans people.
What has she done that makes you think that?
Isn't she advocating against trans people in sports?
In sports, yes.
So she's making
That doesn't
the
make you
insinuation
transphobic, though. How does that make you transphobic?
Fit for polite society.
How does that make you transphobic?
Insinuating that a group of people should not be allowed in locker rooms or polite society, the ultimate conclusion of that is essentially eugenics. Where exactly is she advocating that they go to?
Have you ever heard her story about how she was in a locker room and a naked man with a schlong ripped it out into a girl's locker room?
And how terrible. And that shouldn't have happened.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's what she's advocating
And
against.
so is the conclusion, if that's the conclusion, is the other conclusion that priests shouldn't be around children?
Okay, I don't see the correlation there.
If the assertion is that a single instant of sexual assault means that people shouldn't be allowed in certain spaces,
I'm sorry.
wouldn't the logic also conclude that priests shouldn't be allowed kids?
Here, one is inviting a person with a penis into a women's locker room. The other one is a religious figure.
No, I think you're fine. I just want you to know that what Oh,
That's-
honey, we know, we watched you. We know what you did.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Are you a fan?
I'm okay.
I'm not a fan.
Well,
I haven't
if you've watched, make sure you
Are you allowed
subscribe.
to put me online even though I haven't signed anything?
Is Oklahoma a one-party consent state?
I have no idea.
If it is, then yes. If it isn't, then no. How's it going, Cape Wrestler?
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm amazing.
Can I ask you a few questions?
I'd love to answer.
Alrighty. What are your thoughts on Riley Gaines being here today?
Oh, it's a big problem.
Okay.
We need a lot more love here on campus. We need a lot more love here in the state of Oklahoma.
Do you think Riley Gaines isn't a love?
Well, no, I think she's a person, but what I think is missing is a lot of understanding, trust, connection, human compassion, human kindness. And there's a lot of very unfortunate folks who really don't seem to have that.
How important do you think facts are and stats and evidence when talking about issues like this?
Well, I think there's a lot of important facts. There's a lot of statistics, particularly when it comes to the demoralizing hardship that a lot of our trans brothers and sisters are dealing with. Particularly when it comes to suicide rates. There's an unfortunate number of trans youth who commit suicide because they feel so discouraged throughout their communities, throughout their families, even. The suicide rates among trans youth in particular are horrifying, completely atrocious. I mean, could you imagine feeling so unloved by the people you're supposed to trust, the people that you're supposed to have the most faith in? But they are so unwilling to accept you that you feel like you have to take another way out. It's truly a great tragedy, but it's great and wonderful trans adults, the same people who had the courage to stay with us, who had the courage to live their dreams and find their way through life, who go on to then, protect trans youth, protect the trans teenagers and give them the hope and love and trust that they need to not disappear from this beautiful world that we all share.
Okay. Well, with that being said, you said that evidence is important, science is important.
Absolutely.
All of that.
Specifically, statistics is what I was talking
about. Statistics is important. What is a woman?
Well, I don't think that you're asking that question in good faith, friend.
What is it? How would you define a woman?
Like I said, I don't think that you're asking that question in good faith.
Come on. If you had a definition, what would you say?
I believe that it would be a woman, my good friend.
Now, everyone knows, if you went to school, that you can't use the term you're trying to define in your definition.
Well, you're the person who keeps asking about it, when I don't think that it's really an important question.
What kind of oppressed person are you? Her husband was just right here, and you didn't even notice.
Okay.
Wait, who are you?
I mean, he's talking to us. He's talking to us about sports.
He doesn't care about her. She's here for the magistrate, actually.
The magistrate.
He's here for the magistrate.
Hey,
her husband was right next to you.
He's talking about it's fine.
Okay.
It's all good.
Like, wow.
What's your point?
What are your credibilities, dude? You should be fired for your you are terrible at your job. Seriously.
Why are you here?
I'm terrible at my job.
Stop.
Hey.
Quit instigating, man. Come on. It's okay.
He's about to be on my side by the end of the night, all because of you.
Nah, he's not. This motherfucker's not gonna be there.
No. That's what we want. Everybody on the same side.
Yeah, of course.
So are you for rally games or against?
What do you think?
I think you're against. Am I
Thank
right? Why are you against her?
Why do you think I'm against her?
I don't know.
Well, you said you think.
This guy's.
Did I make a single assumption about you?
They are so awesome.
Have I made any assumptions about you?
I don't know.
You agreed with her assumption.
I have about you.
I didn't hear.
In
What
fairness,
assumption?
you could say
Guys,
that I've
I
made
haven't been
assumptions
listening.
about
What
you.
assumption?
You are the
What
one
assumption? I
person.
wasn't
Her,
listening.
she
Sorry,
can't say that I made any assumptions about her. In fairness, I did not make any assumptions.
Seriously, what's the point in you being out here? What's the point in you being out here?
Yeah, what's the point?
No one on your own side likes you. They want you gone. They want you gone. No one here likes you, bro. Not these
Nobody
people.
likes you
Not those
either.
people. They want you gone.
Skinny jeans. Nobody likes you.
Guys, the personal attacks aren't a
point.
question.
You're out
What's your
here
point?
for
The
that
personal
purpose.
attacks are
What's your
just
point?
distracting from the real
Why are
issue.
you
What's your point?
Stand
Why
with
are you
trans
out
people.
here?
Let's
I'm
not
out here
distract-
because you're out here.
let's
How
not
about that?
distract from the real issue. We stand with trans people. Let's stop with.
I'm
the
not here to
personal
talk
attacks.
about
Let's
your
stop with the
cracked
personal
teeth.
attacks. That's not nice. That's not nice to say.
You got
Don't
to
talk
go.
about his teeth.
You
He can-
need to
his
leave.
teeth are-
I'm out here to talk about whatever you want me to talk about.
Dude, if you could see this guy's teeth, you would be laughing at me. You would be laughing with me too.
Okay, dude, you gotta stop. You need to stop walking around like you're gonna hit him. The police are standing right there, and we really need to not get this shut down, okay?
I'm not gonna. The police aren't gonna do anything. I just talked to them. They agree with me.
You're not
I think.
John Wick, dude, chill.
I don't care. The police were laughing with me about you and your little like salmon skinny jeans over here, trying to act like you're anti-LGBTQ.
Never said that.
Nobody said that.
No, me and the police did.
Yeah, I'm anti-LGBT.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, cool. You can think whatever you want.
You are.
Think whatever you want.
Out here if you were not.
Think whatever you want.
Oh, if not, then what I think is that you are just wanting attention. You're an attention-seeking person who's out here
This
just
is the
trying
man
to get-
entertaining the camera. Two
Am I out
cameras.
here with a like really cheap microphone in my hand? No, I'm not.
You know, I'm not even wanting to talk to you. You're the one that's making me have to talk to you.
I did never make you talk to me ever.
Okay, well then get out of the camera. Walk away.
I was standing here.
Walk away.
You walk away.
You're the one that came
walk
here.
away, skinny
I was
jeans,
standing
and
talking to
don't
them.
know
You
me,
came here.
Girl. Go inside and pay attention to your like bestie or whatever the hell she is.
Respect women, right?
Yes.
All right, then respect women.
What is disrespectful to women about that?
You're raising your voice. You're being disrespectful.
Raising your voice is not disrespecting people.
Okay.
Is it?
You're right.
You think raising your voice is disrespectful?
You're right.
Do you think that?
You're right.
honestly?
You're right.
Do you?
You're right.
I'm asking you.
You're right.
No, I'm asking.
You're right about everything. Liberals are right about everything. Liberals are right about everything.
What happens? Because Charlie Kirk fans can't answer a question. I asked this dude if he's a Donald Trump supporter earlier. He can't even answer a question.
I said that I'm the one asking questions.
If you supported Riley Gaines, you would be in there watching Riley Gaines. Otherwise, you're just out here being an. That's all you're here for, is just to be an.
Says the only guy that's been an.
Okay, it's easy to think that someone's that calls you out on your. Of course, if I walked around in freaking peach skinny jeans thinking I was a tough
starting to think
guy
you're in
with
love
a
with
fake
me.
chain, I would probably think that I was an too for calling me out. But guess what? Just like your pants don't fit, you don't fit.
And you do?
All right, guys. I'm a tough guy now. Yeah. No, you just called me
He
that.
looks
He
great.
thinks he's a
Thank you.
You're just
Maybe you guys should date. Y'all would be a great couple.
I'm getting married soon, actually.
To a woman?
Yeah.
That surprises me.
You know, it's funny that the people that support LGBT rights are the ones that make the gay jokes. It's kind of funny. Keep making them, man.
A few moments later.
Sorry to point you out, but what is a woman?
A woman is someone who was born with a vagina, who was not born with the XY chromosomes, and it has nothing to do with the social construct. It's the science, and that's what makes a woman a woman.
Why do you think these people are so confused?
Because the liberal agenda tells them to accept everyone and accept anything, but then what do you stand in if you just conform to whatever anybody believes in? You have to base your opinions on facts, not feelings.
And what do you think about these guys? What do you think about the protesters?
You know, I actually think that they're very like uneducated and they try to act educated. They told me TP USA lied to me, even though Riley Gaines isn't. I don't necessarily think she's directly TP USA, but whatever. You know, I don't think anything she said in there was a lie. They couldn't tell me what was a lie. You know, you have people out here asking like asking them questions that they don't answer, or they just repeat the same thing. I do agree with Riley. They should have got in there and asked the questions if they want to protest, but they don't know what they're protesting about.
Yeah, a lot of people here don't have no clue what they're protesting about.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything hurtful, but I think they're just kind of like clowns, you know?
Yeah.
She didn't want to touch you.
Oh, yeah. She didn't want to touch me. I felt excluded.
Who didn't want to touch you?
I don't know. There's one over there. But basically, she said, like, trans people belong in sports. Somebody else said not women's sports. And I said, let's arm wrestle. And then she said she didn't want to touch me. And that hurt my feelings, honestly. I think they're doing more damage than good here.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
What is a woman?
A woman is someone who can carry kids, breastfeed, provide food to their kids. I mean, what you see here is that they say the liberal agenda or the liberal ideology or the LGBT. I don't even know at this point how many letters there are, but they say that they're all loving and accepting. But if you don't fit in their ideology or what they believe in, they'll oust you or they'll call you names. It's a cult. They call MAGA a cult, but it's a cult over there. And I think they don't understand that having biological men compete in women's sports is not good. Yeah. They're at a disadvantage. Riley Gaines was at a disadvantage. All these other women's athletes who are in the NCAA right now have to compete against this, which I don't think they do at this point because Trump's president, thank God. But they don't have to compete against that anymore. But now it's going to be taken down to a high school level. Education has turned into indoctrination.
So true.
And so we're all going to be believing this propaganda. That's what I like to call it. I pay $50,000 for propaganda, but moving on. But
a semester?
No, a year. So I'm out of state, and I come from Pennsylvania, so I deal with the woke bull every day of my life, even though it went for Trump. But, you know, it's just ridiculous. I think, you know, they're hypocritical. They're very rude. They're not nice people. They want to paint them as these loving and accepting people, but if you don't fit in their mold, they're just going to oust you and call you names and call you whatever they can in the book to make them feel better.
So they called me sexist earlier because I said men shouldn't compete in women's sports. Do you think that's sexist?
No, that isn't. That's just them being pissed off because they didn't get their way.
Thank you guys so much for watching this YouTube video. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's hit 190,000 subscribers. I don't know, something like that. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, yeah, let me know. And shout out to my new best friend right here. He didn't want to say L in the comments because he didn't want to be in the outro. So.